school historically poignant sign.
That went down Market Street.
I'm glad that we preserve our oral history in such a fashion. I forgot to mention that was a world premiere. You heard it here. And did that get developed in Ann Erickson's writing workshop?
No, but it was inspired.
Inspired right here in Guerneville. Okay, places, on with the show. I did quite a bit of research into Shirley Jackson. Many of you are familiar with our very prolific and somewhat locally legendarily author. I did learn that. Is yours on, Peter? Your red light? Sweet. I learned many things. In their household, they had a library that contained 25,000 volumes. She is the author of 6 novels, 2 memoirs, and over 200 short stories in her 20-year career. I didn't know she was that prolific. And I've heard a lot of our dear friend Sadie Damascus is the daughter of Shirley Jackson, has many extremely entertaining and jaw-dropping stories about growing up in that household. So run into her someday and have the Laughing Lady give you a brief. We really had to wrestle with this one. This was not an easy one to produce. So just imagine that these 4 or 5 readers are a quaint little village. I think we pulled that off admirably, but it took some doing. And I remember after our first, it was well into this process that we realized we needed an entire rewrite and quite a bit of recasting. So the roles jump around a bit. Tonight we feature, that was genius of me to use my pen for a bookmark. Now I have, oh, you're on. Because now I have a pen on the floor and a whole lot of pages to find one. My favorite place to start. All right. That's not even the right one. That's the next one. The Lottery features Mr. Peter Andrews as narrator, Chris Murphy as Floyd Summers, Bill Hutchinson, and Old Man Warner, Angie Orr as Mrs. Summers, Laura, Mrs. Dunbar, Mrs. Martin, and Mrs. Delacroix.
Actually, we've shifted.
Really? Did I get that wrong again? Do you have better?
That's okay, so,
Yeah.
am I live here?
You may proceed,
I
sir.
may proceed.
Mr. David Rosen.
So Christopher, what's Christopher's last name?
Murphy.
Christopher Murphy.
He's a character already.
Already. He's Floyd Summers, Bill Hutchinson, and we share Mr. Martin from time to time. Voice number 2 is, let's tag team this. Who's voice number 2? Angie.
I already got that one right. All right.
Oh, okay, but now voice number 3.
They don't know who the voices are, though.
Oh, okay,
Sir.
so this person.
Lynn Woolley.
Thank you. I'm so good with names. Mrs. Delacroix, Tessie Hutchinson, and Mrs. Graves. And David Rosen is 2 little kids, Dickie Delacroix, Davy Hutchinson, the schoolmaster, John Gunderson, and Old Man Warner.
And our rewrite expert.
And our rewrite expert. What?
Who's doing that?
Who's doing that? I'm doing that.
And once again, excellent team. We took the script from a radio broadcast that was originally aired in 1949? 51. I had 2 choices there. First thought, best thought. Without any further ado, The Lottery by Shirley Jackson.
Oh, no? Am I on? No. Hope so. We hope so. I'll speak louder.
Yeah.
She's novelist and short story writer, master of the sunny mood that turns to terror in a single sentence. But the statements are not dark for the sake of darkness, rather for the bitter truth that's in them. Shirley Jackson. Tonight, one of the most dramatic and horrifying of the Shirley Jackson stories. Here now, The Lottery by Shirley Jackson.
Floyd, Floyd Summers, you get up out of that bed.
Well, it ain't 7 yet.
Of course it ain't. Now you get up, you hear it's lottery day. Now, Dickie, you eat your cereal.
I don't want no more, Ma.
You eat up your cereal because you ain't getting nothing but sandwiches till supper.
Sandwiches?
You heard me. I'm not going to cook no hot 3 meals on lottery day.
All right, Davy, that's enough for the chickens.
Shoo.
Come on now, we gotta fork hay down for the cows. We won't be out all day.
Is Ma coming too? Just like Sunday for church?
Yeah, that's right. All folks from the town, they'll be in today for the lottery.
Yeah, I can't find my collar stud. Who took my collar stud?
Now, just don't fret, Grandsire. It's around here somewhere.
If I can't find my collar stud, I ain't going. 77 lotteries I've been to. 77, never missed a one. Laura, you find my collar stud, you hear?
The morning was June 27th, and was clear and sunny with the fresh warmth of a full summer day. The flowers were blossoming and the grass on the town green in front of the bandstand was a nice warm summer green. The folks in the village and the farmers inside the township line began to gather in the square between the post office and the bank by about 10 o'clock. School was out for the summer and the kids came in early to chase around the board sidewalks, the way kids will. Bobby Martin and Harry Jones were sitting in front of the post office swapping stones. Bobby had his pockets full already. Nice, smooth, round ones. The girls stood aside, talking amongst themselves and looking over their shoulders at the boys. And the very small children rolled in the dust and were clung to the hands of their older brothers and sisters.
Morning, John.
Yeah, morning, Mr. Summers.
Nice day for the lottery, ain't it?
Yeah.
Had rain yesterday up to North Village. They got to start the lottery a day ahead to get it done. 200 families.
That right.
Yeah, gotta hustle to get the lottery over with up there. It won't take us more than maybe a couple hours.
You know, it seems longer.
Yeah, well, that's the way it is with the lottery. I was talking it over with Mrs. Summers. It's the suspense makes time go slow.
Not slow enough.
You draw this year, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that's the rule, all right. Stranger in town draws the second year.
Morning, Summers, John.
Yeah, ma'am.
Morning, Mrs. Delacroix. In early, I see.
Morning, Mr. Summers. John?
Yeah, ma'am, good morning.
Morning, Mrs. Delacroix. Yeah, you're still in early, I see.
Jesus. Well, I don't get up to the village often. George don't like to leave the stock. You going to have the store open after?
Oh, most likely. Didn't used to be done.
Well, you gotta be modern. I always say. Excuse me, won't you? Martinson's just got in. It's a nice day for it, though. You can say that for a fact.
Can't you go faster, Pa? We'll miss everything.
Oh, don't worry, Davy. We'll get there in plenty of time.
I want to go to the summer store after to get some patterns. Elsie Dunbar told me she got some new ones in for short-waisted figures.
Let's not talk about it, Tessie.
What do you mean? I've got that flowered stuff left over from last year. And if I can get a good pattern...
I don't want to talk about after.
Oh.
Come on, Pa. Can't we go no faster?
All right. Up there! Get up! 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 Ha! Ah! Whoa, geez, I was talking to John Gunderson.
The school teacher?
Yeah? He's got a draw this year.
It's only right. Second year in town.
Told him I was thinking of packing and moving out.
Bill Hutchinson, you crazy?
I told him I was going to pack the wagon, tie the stock onto the end of it, and just move out.
You mean just leave the farm?
That's right. I was going to do it before lottery day this year.
That's crazy, Bill. Where would you settle? Why, you folks have farmed that ground since heaven knows when.
Yep, I know. I'm just gonna move out. It's too late now.
Oh, Bill, you talk the same way every year. No sense to it.
No. There is no sense to it.
A woman sees things like this clearer. You just don't think about it, that's all. You come in for the lottery, then you go to Summers and buy something nice. Talk to folks. Why don't you look at it that way, Bill?
Yeah, I suppose you're right. School teacher agreed with me, though. Go on! Get up there!
That's the way, Pa. Hurry up, we're gonna miss all the fun.
Soon the men began to gather, standing around smoking, looking at the kids, talking, and about planting, rain, tractors, taxes. You know, Dickie Delacroix and a couple of kids had made a great big pile of stones in one corner of the square, and they were playing King of the Hill. The men stood together, away from the pile of stones, watching. Their jokes were quiet, and they smiled rather than laughed.
Nice looking folks, aren't they, John?
Yeah, they're nice.
You don't see them all together except on lottery day. Of course, there's Sunday in church, but, you know, some go to the Congregationalists and some to the Baptists, and, well, folks like the Dunbars, they don't go nowhere.
Morning, Mr. Summers.
Morning, Tessie. I got those patterns in.
I'll be there right after.
Well, it's the day.
Yeah? You gonna draw?
I've got to. That's the rules.
You said you wouldn't. You sat there in the post office and said you wouldn't.
I know, but I'd have to leave town and it just isn't easy to get another school this late.
Well, anyways, you only draw for yourself. Tessie's talking about after. Starts me to sweating. Keeps talking about buying a pattern up to the summer store after. Short-waisted, she said.
I suppose you get used to it. I suppose if you've always had it, you don't think about it.
Well, I don't. I lived in this village all my life. I don't get used to it.
Pa, can I stay with Dickie Delacroix? Can I stay with him?
No. You gotta stay with the family, Davy.
Well, Pa, the other kid's got all the stones. Can I stay with him?
No, Davy, I said... Davy! Come here, Davy! David! Look at that. He's having fun. They're all the kids having fun. Why? That's what I want to know, why.
Well, you're a farmer. You know the answer.
You told me you couldn't find anything in the book says it has to be. Stands to reason you'd find it in the books, don't it?
Well, this isn't my part of the country, Hutchinson. I don't make the
Well,
rules.
don't understand the reason you could try to find out the truth. That's all I say.
No, you can't argue with folks about the lottery. I've tried.
No. You can't argue with folks. Well, anyways, it's a nice day for it.
Yeah, it ain't right. I've been telling them year after year it ain't right.
Now, grandson, take it easy.
No, you listen to me, Floyd Summers. I'm the oldest man in the village. 77 years I've been in the lottery. 77 years.
Yeah, I know that, Mr. Warner.
No, don't butt me. No, sir, don't you butt me. I know what's right about the lottery. It ought to be chips of wood. One chip with the name of every family all in the big black box.
Can't do it that way, grandson. You know that box ain't big enough.
Oh, that's the way it always was when I was a boy. Chips of wood. None of this here bitty pieces of paper. Paper, huh? What kind of lottery you expect to have with paper?
Well, there's too many folks in the village for wood anymore.
Nobody pays any mind to the old ways. Ought to be marching, too. I remember marching and somebody sort of chanting like. That's what there ought to be on lottery day.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Nobody remembers that anymore.
Yeah, well, that's the trouble. Nobody remembers. Now you take that black box.
It's cracking. We ought to make a new one.
A new one? Listen to him. A new box? Well, they used that box in my father's time for the lottery. And he told me it's made from the pieces of the box in his grandfather's time. Now, you're supposed to be in charge of that box, boy. Why? I saw it last year lying in Gray's barn. And this year I saw it sitting right on the shelf of your store. Now, is there any way to take care of the box? You know, run the lottery the way they used to. Hey, I've been into the lottery 77 years and I ought to know.
Tessie. Tessie, come here.
What is it, Bill?
Where's Davy?
Playing with the other children. Down by the stones.
Get him over here.
Why?
We're hitching up and we're getting out.
Oh, we've got to wait for the drawing. We can't go now.
I said, we're going now.
Oh, Bill, don't be silly. First place, we came all the way into the village for the lottery. Second place, Summers won't be open until after. And I want to get those families.
After! Don't you understand? Suppose,
Bill, I'm surprised at you. Why nobody else acts this way? You just gotta take it as it comes. You're a farmer, you know
what's
that.
that got to do with it?
Will, you didn't take on when the hog died of cholera before killing time. You just went
That's
on.
different. It just happened. You can't help it if stock gets sick.
See, that's what I mean.
You won't go?
No, I won't. Neither will you. I don't get to the village often, and lottery day is one time I can see all the other women and talk. I'm not going back till it's all over and supper time. My goodness, Bill, you'd think it was something unusual. Lottery comes every year. It always has.
The lottery was conducted, as were the square dances, the teenage club, and the Halloween program by Mr. Summers, who had the time and energy to devote to civic affairs. He was a round-faced, jovial man, and the people were sorry for him because he had no children and his wife was a scold. He was busy in the middle of the square with a little black box, setting it up, balancing it on a three-legged stool.
One of you folks want to give me a hand with the box?
Oh, sure enough. All right, Floyd.
Mr. Martin, maybe?
Yeah, I'll help you, Floyd.
Yeah, now just hold it on that corner, steady there. Now, we're gonna do this fair and square, like always. Now, last night, up to the coal company office, Mrs. Graves and I, we made up the slips of paper.
That ought to be chips of wood. Little lottery can you have with slips of paper?
Now, grandsire, don't you interrupt Mr. Summers.
Okay, now, they're all in the box here. Anybody wants to can haul them out and check them over. Time now for the swearing in. Mrs. Graves will administer the oath to me. I expect, as usual, we'll waive the election.
Election didn't used to be no election. Used to pass from father to son.
All right, all right. Do you, Floyd Summers, solemnly swear to carry out the duties of this lottery without fear, favor, or prejudice, bias, or any other untoward acts of omission or commission, so help you?
I do.
You tell him, Floyd.
Okay, well, now, I expect now, we're ready. We'll proceed as usual. We'll be drawn by families as according to the rules.
Well, wait a minute, Floyd Summers.
Oh, looks like another interruption. Good morning, Mrs. Martin.
How do you like that? Clean forgot what day it was. Hello, Tessie. I thought my old man was out back stacking wood. Then I looked out the window and the kids was gone and I remembered it was the 27th and came around. Did I miss anything?
Oh, you're in time. They're still talking away up there.
We was just beginning, Mrs. Martin. Now, you just take your place with your family.
Hands still wet from the dishwater.
Well, now, I guess we better get started. Let's get this over with, so that we can all get back to work. Ain't everybody here? Huh? Well, now let's, now this ain't the drawing. This is just checking the list. Now, Adams? Adams? Oh. Well, glad to see you. Missed you last Saturday.
I guess you made it after all, huh, Mrs. Martin?
Well, now, Tessie, between you and me, I knew it was lottery day. But you wouldn't have me leave the dishes in the sink now, would you?
Dunbar. Dunbar?
Where's Dunbar? Where's that Dunbar?
Who draws for Dunbar? Oh, Claude broke his leg, didn't he? Well, now who's drawing for him?
Well, I guess I draw.
Oh, that's right. That's the rule. Wife draws for husband. Except you got a grown boy to do it for you, haven't you, Jane?
Well, Horace is not but 16 yet. Guess I gotta fill in for the old man this year.
All right, I've got that checked. Watson boy drawing this year? Yeah? Not all at once. Oh, there you are, Charlie. You could see your mother's got a man around. I suppose, old man Warner's here.
Oh, you know darn well I'm here, Floyd Summers. I was just talking to you. I ain't missed a lottery in 77 years.
All right, grandsire, I was just joking. Well, that gets the list straight, and all the rest is straight families. Unless anybody's got anything to add, we're ready for the drawing. Now, Adam. Adams? Yeah, hi Steve. Hi Steve, just draw anyone. Don't look at it till after next. Adamson? Adamson, right, that does it. Anderson.
Seems like they changed the order of drawing, don't it, Tessie?
Oh, no, that's the way it's always been.
Seems like there's just no time at all between lotteries anymore. Seems like we gotta go through with the last one only last week. I declare the way time flies.
Time sure goes fast.
Dunbar?
That you, Janie?
Well, if you ladies will excuse me.
Come on, Janie, you're holding us up.
There she goes.
I'm coming.
Folks shouldn't hold up the lottery. It takes up a perfectly good morning as it is. Last year I didn't get time for half the things I meant to do in town.
You're right, Tessie. My old man says he don't like lottery days 'cause I always run the bill up at summer sky high.
Gunderson? John Gunderson.
There goes the schoolmaster.
I'm not gonna draw, Mr. Summers.
Now, John, you know the rules. This is your second year in the village.
I know, but I'm not gonna draw.
Everybody draws in the lottery. What makes you better, schoolmaster?
I don't believe in it.
Now, that isn't the point, John, and you know it.
Listen to him. He don't believe in the lottery. You hear that?
Now take it easy,
Well, we
grandson.
always have the lottery. Everybody knows that. Always have and always will.
They don't have the lottery up where I come from.
Yeah, well, that's
Stopped it years ago.
Yeah, up to North Village. I'm with a bunch of crazy fools up in North Village. Listen to this idiot. Nothing's good enough for him. Next thing you know, they'll be wanting to go back to living in caves. Nobody work anymore. Live like that for a while and, you know.
They don't have the lottery up there where I come from. I just said that. They stopped it years ago.
Yeah, well, maybe so, but we ain't fools. Not here. Used to be a saying, lottery in June, corn will grow soon. You listen to him with his books and his ciphering, first thing you know, we'll all be eating stewed chickweed and acorn.
You're right, grandson.
Yeah, sure. There's always been a lottery. Bad enough it ain't what it used to be with Floyd Summers up there joking and all, but there's always been a lottery.
But why? Why? I tell you, they stopped it up north, more villages every year, and the corn grows just as high.
Nothing but trouble in that. A pack of fools.
Now, you ain't no farmer. Old man Warner's right.
Yes, sir. Lottery in June, corn will grow soon. That's the way it's always been.
You can't get around that lottery in June.
Nobody knows. You've never tried. You just go on and on every year the same way.
You darn tune we do. And we're gonna go right on just like that, the way we always done. What calls a young outsider like you to talk that way on lottery day? That's what I'd like to know. 77 years I've been coming to lottery day.
Can't you see there's no reason for it? No reason. Year after year for generations on June 27th? If you'd only think, if you'd only try, if you were willing to use reason instead of blind obedience to a crazy outworn tradition.
I can't listen to no more of this.
Well, that'll be about enough now. You spoke your piece, Martin. Now we better get down to business. Rules say, anybody balks, the committee votes for him. Now ain't that right, folks? Now I'm gonna call you again regular and proper. If you stand mute, we'll go right on and draw for you. Now which is it?
All right, I'll go.
Fine, now let's get on. Hutchinson, Bill Hutchinson.
Get on up there, Bill.
There goes your man, Tessie.
Imagine the schoolmaster making such a fuss. He's no better than the rest. Everybody draws on lottery day.
All right, sir, now, last one,
Oh, yes, sir.
Pop Warner.
Oh, that's me. I'm right here.
All right, grandsire, now take it easy, there's no rush.
Yeah, this makes my 77th year and I've been to the lottery. Yes, sir, 77 times.
Draw your slip, now.
Yep.
All right. It's all done, Martin, close the box.
Who's got it? What family?
I ain't got it.
Grandsire, let me see your paper. Let me see it.
You let go of my hand, you hear? I can take care of
Oh,
myself.
for goodness sake, what family is it? Who's got it?
Ma, is it us? Is it us, Ma?
All right. All right, folks. Now let's do this orderly. Come on now, come on. Now, what family's got the black slip?
It's the Hutchinsons. There, look, Bill Hutchinson's got it.
Peggy, you go run tell your father it's the Hutchinsons. Go on, run.
It isn't fair. It isn't fair, Floyd Summers. I saw you. You didn't give him time to take the slip he wanted. I saw you. It wasn't fair.
Now, Tessie, be a good sport. All of us took the same chance.
It isn't fair. I tell you, it isn't fair.
Shut up, Tessie.
Well, now that was done pretty fast. Just 1 hour, 2 minutes.
Oh, now we gotta be hurrying a little more to get done before noon.
It wasn't fair.
Now, Bill, let's see, you draw for the Hutchinson family, don't you? You got the other households in the Hutchinsons?
There's Don and Eva. Make them take their chance. Make them draw.
Now, Tessie, Eva's your daughter, and she's married now. Daughters draw with their husband's family. You know that as well as anybody else.
It wasn't fair.
I guess that's it, Floyd. My daughter draws with her husband's family. That's only fair. So I guess that's just us, Davy, Tessie, and me.
All right, now as far as drawing for families is concerned, it's you, and as far as drawing for households is concerned, that's you too, right?
Yes, that's right.
Well, for Floyd, I've got all 3 of the tickets back from the Hutchinsons. They're back in the box now.
All right, well, we're all set then.
I think we ought to start over.
Now, Tessie,
I tell you, it wasn't fair. He didn't give him time to choose. Everybody saw that.
we have to get on now. Are you ready, Bill?
Listen. Everybody listen. We've got to listen. It wasn't fair. You can see that.
Tessie, please. Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, Bill.
Davy picks first, then you, then Tessie. Now, you got that? Davy,
Yes, sir.
Davy, come here.
Show, Pa.
It wasn't fair. Laura, you can see that. They didn't give him time.
Yeah, don't make a fuss, Tessie. It ain't fitting.
All right now, Bill. You take the slips, fold it till everybody picks. Come on, Davy. Now, I want you to pick a piece of paper out of this box and hold it tight. You understand?
Show, Mr. Summers.
All right, pick now. No, just just one paper, Davy.
I got one.
Oh, good. Now you better hold it for him, Martin.
All right, Bill. Bill, now 1 paper. That's right. Tessie.
No. Oh, no. It wasn't fair.
Tessie, you got to draw.
Come on, Tessie.
All right.
I hope it ain't the child. Don't seem right.
Yeah, it's not the way it used to be, I tell you. It ought to be chips of wood. Lottery ain't like it used to be. People ain't like the way they used to be.
All right, now quiet now, folks. Come on now, Davy, open your paper.
Well, there's nothing on it.
Well,
Or Bill.
mine's blank.
Well, all right. I guess it's Tessie.
Oh, no.
us the paper, Bill. Show us the paper, just the rules.
All right, Tessie, all right.
No,